Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Good to talk to all of you again today. And today I'm gonna go and beat a dead horse one last time, I hope, because I hope to clarify exactly where I stand on this particular topic. Because people misunderstand me, I think, when it comes to what my position is officially regarding carriers. Some people think I'm for them, some people think I'm against them. And the honest truth is, I don't give a rat's ass about the class itself. All I care about, in the grand scheme of things, is that the game is fun to play for everybody. Now, you might look at me and be like, what? Yeah, that's actually my official stance. I just want the game to be fun for everybody. I do not ever want a system that is so gonna penalize carrier players that it's gonna make carriers players eat crap. I don't want that either. I don't also want surface players to constantly eat crap from carriers. That's not fun. And so fundamentally, there it is. I want the game to be fun. And with carriers, the thing I'm going to say about them is that while someday in the mythical future, Wargaming on their spreadsheet might be going, ha, I told you guys, it's balanced. With the current system, it's never going to end up being fun. It could be statistically balanced, but it will still not be fun for one side or the other. Because the problem is, remember the whole thing about Wargaming not liking complexity? Well, that resulted in them developing a system that has very little actual depth to it. There is no real depth to CV play, and there is basically zero depth in CV counterplay. This system is never going to get any better as long as we keep going this way. In fact, where we will get better eventually, quote unquote, is we get to a level where Wargaming takes out the spreadsheet and says, see, the numbers on the spreadsheet look balanced. But when you're playing it in game, it's still going to feel like crap. Because fundamentally, the system is a binary. If they go and add something to one side, the other side immediately suffers. Make CVs a little bit more powerful, and surface ships will suffer. You make the surface ship AA a little bit more powerful, make it so that they can defend themselves effectively, and now you're going to suddenly have an entire population of carrier players who are going to hate their game, basically, because they are going to be ineffective. So the issue fundamentally is because Wargaming has designed this binary system that has zero real depth to it, because they've avoided any kind of even slightly more complex mechanic to add some depth to it, you get to a system like this where, yeah, the numbers might one day look balanced on a spreadsheet, but in-game the experience is going to be ass. And that is where we are today, and where we most likely will be for a very, very, very long time. Maybe one day in the future, something happens that motivates change. Maybe another game comes on the market that is a direct competitor. Maybe, oh, I don't know. Maybe the metrics look bad. Maybe the player population is plummeting. Maybe the monetization is going horribly wrong. Maybe in those far off days, then some change might happen. Or if the numbers, like I said, stay completely stable, then the chances of us seeing any real change might never happen. I don't know, maybe if we one day get somebody in the leadership position who cares to listen to feedback and stuff like that, maybe then we might have some change happening. But that, at least I think for the next little while, is unlikely. It's kind of like the way that Jingles put it during his Mingles with Jingles today, where he was saying how Wargaming's real objective is the fact that they want you to give them money. They want you to part with your money. And ideally, part with your money in a way that you don't even realize how much money you have actually spent. Think about all their shenanigans for monetization the last couple of years. Man, the Puerto Rico events, the Santa crates, the very rigged Santa crates, mind you, tons and tons of other things. The early access stuff, the tech tree ships, they're coming a patch from now, but guess what? We are going to sell you guys not early access. We're going to sell you guys RNG roll, and perhaps 60,000 doubloons later you might get the ship that you could have gotten for free in the next patch. Things like that. And as long as they're bringing record profits, I don't see anything really changing. Because, even if you think back, 2019, the year of the Puerto Rico fiasco, the CEO of Lesta Studios, which is the guys that actually developed World of Warships, during the height of that crisis, he's the guy who went on the forums and said things like, hey, we've mostly designed this for people who, stay at home all the time, because they have, health issues and things like that, and otherwise just, pull out my salary card and I'll buy the darn thing or something like that. That's a whole thing that he said back in the day. I'm not quoting him exactly here, a bit of a paraphrase. If you want to look it up specifically, you can go back in the day. I believe there's still a translated post on the Wargaming forums, the World of Warships forums somewhere. But yeah, just pointing this out, in 2019, the same guy claimed a business award for generating record profits for World of Warships. I think the first half of 2019 or something like that, they generated something like $90 million. Yeah, that's right. $90 million in revenue. In US dollars too, not like, Russian rubles. Because I think if you did the math for that, it'd be something even crazier. But anyways, I mean, as long as they're generating money, the people in the executive positions are going to get their business awards. They're going to get rewarded. They're going to, be, given a pat on the back and maybe another luxury yacht somewhere in the Mediterranean, not the Caribbean, Mediterranean, because that's closer. And that's kind of also where I guess Cyprus would be. So I guess that's an extra place to park their yachts, So yeah, I mean, that is where we stand with World of Warships. You have, a company that really makes a lot of money. And as long as they keep making that money, they are perfectly happy to do whatever they want. And, feedback for a fun game, which is, really my key concern. I mean, that's not important. That's really not important, and there's really not much hope, I think, in that changing any day soon. Because for now, it has worked wonders for them. Wargaming generates plenty of money, and the higher up you are in executive positions, the more your annual bonuses probably are, and the happier you are to continue to do whatever the heck you want, to aim for maximum amount of monetary returns for your product. I mean, it is business, and I do understand that, but, ideally you would hope that a game would be worried also about long term, to think about long term. But hey, I guess game companies, they're, if they're successful in the short run, why not, right? Just maximum monetization, get as much money out of everybody as they humanly can. And like I mentioned, sort of, I think in a video two videos ago, I think, and I've sort of mentioned that, like you see the CC program going the same way. It's more and more commercialized. It's more and more of a commercial relationship. CCs aren't really that bridge anymore. They don't bridge between the community and Wargaming. They're just an extended branch of Wargaming's advertising arm. It's almost like that. And realistically speaking, I think as time goes by, you're going to see fewer and fewer and fewer of the older, more independent creators who are going to be able to say no, and they're going to be able to speak their minds. I think you're going to see those guys, myself probably included after this video, eventually, something is, said and out we go, right? And that ends the official relationship. And then I think that's where it's going to go in the long run. So you're probably at this point of the video going, so why are you still a CC? And it's kind of interesting because you ask a lot of CCs this question and you're going to get a lot of very skittish type answers. They'll say all kinds of things, but here's the reality of the situation. The perks are nice. That's it. The perks are nice because what CCs get when they're part of the CC program is they'll get, every month they'll get premium time. Every month they get, was it like 10,000 doubloons. They'll get the premium ships that are released. They get containers and things like that. Well, the perks are nice. Personally, I'm like, okay, so, I don't contribute anything to their coffers. Fine. And they give me codes to give away to you guys, which is like, okay, I'll happily hand those codes out because they're good codes and people get good stuff out of those containers and they don't have to spend money for those things. So fantastic. But realistically speaking, that's it. Like any CC that says otherwise is really kind of bullshitting you, because that's what everybody's kind of there for these days. The idealism of being in there to make it a better place, to make the game a better game, to, communicate the concerns of the community and to hold hands and sing Kumbaya and make things better. Yeah, that's a load of crap. Because that honestly hasn't been here since like 2000 and freaking like 17 or something like that, or maybe even before that. And that's the reality of where everything is right now. Carriers, nope, don't expect them to ever get balanced. As long as Wargaming makes a butt ton of money, they are not gonna give a damn. The money part, hey, guess what? They're making a ton of it, so that's why they tell you that everything is going great. And it doesn't matter what any of us say, as long as the numbers line up, as long as the financial reports to the big man on top is lots of black, not a lot of red, things are probably gonna stay the way they are. So, today I think the mentality for playing World of Warships is actually quite simple. Be casual. When you want to blow up a couple of boats, go play some boats, go blow up some stuff. If you don't want to play, don't play. If you aren't having fun, stop playing. Do things that you enjoy doing, because, that's really the only way, right? Yeah. Who knew? Who knew? If you ask me, going back all the way to 2015, actually, there's a really good forum thread, I think, on the North American forums written by Tedster, Tedster59, where he talks about the history of World of Warships. If you actually went back and you read all the way back in the days of history, you could feel that optimism back in the day. I'm not even kidding. You could feel the enthusiasm and the positivity and the great things that were coming. And 2015 and 16 seems so long ago. Feels like a lifetime ago. And so yeah, that's really all I have to say. My stance on CVs, I hope I've made that perfectly clear on exactly what I think and exactly how I feel. Their current system right now for carriers is silly. It's never gonna get fixed as long as things look optimistic. And then they will never fix it. Doesn't matter how much you and I will want to gripe about it, and if that sounds depressing, that's just how it is. And I'm sorry to disappoint you, and I'm sorry that, this is where we are. So, yeah. I guess the only remaining thing I could plug at the end of this is, if you want to enter some giveaways, come join the Discord server. I don't know. The Discord link is in the video description. Just come on, join the Discord, get some crates or whatever, and at least you don't have to pay for stuff, right? For those. So yeah. Have yourselves a nice one, folks. Take care, and I'll talk to all of you again next time. Also, bye, DD. You dead.